Hello everyone. I wanted to make a short video this morning, a sermon video. I'm going to be in 2 Timothy 2:19 through 21, and it says, "Nevertheless, the foundation of God standeth sure, having this seal, the Lord knoweth them that are his, and let every one that nameth the name of Christ depart from iniquity. But in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and of earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work." I had someone request, how does a child of God become a vessel unto honor? And I want to take a try at this to try to help this person and whoever else needs it. And I'm honored and more than willing to do it. We've got, there's some to honor and some to dishonor. We want to be one to honor. We don't want to get our vessel dirty, because that represents the sin. We want our vessel to be one that the master can use. So to keep it from getting dirty, we have the Word of God. We're cleansed by the Word. So that should help us a great deal. Develop a love for the Word of God that will keep your vessel clean. Ephesians 5:26 says that he may sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the Word. You need to get up under the Word and say, "Lord, water me, cleanse me, Lord." Not only are we washed by the water of the Word, a sinner is cleansed by the blood. What's your vessel contain? Take a little bit of time and thought and see what the makeup of your vessel. If a child of God don't take the Spirit of God to church and stays home, then his vessel, he didn't use his vessel like he should, or didn't treat his vessel right. Romans 9:20 and 21 says, Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against God? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, Why hast thou made me thus? Hath not the power power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another to dishonor? 1 Thessalonians 4:4 says that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel to sanctification and honor. Let me read in Jeremiah 18:1 through 6, the word of the Lord which came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Arise and go down to the potter's house, and I will cause thee to hear my words. I went down to the potter's house, and behold, he wrought a work on the wheel. We're on the wheel. It's painful on the wheel. And he has to apply some heat to finish us. And the vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hands of the potter. So he made it again another vessel, as it seemed good to the potter to make it. He don't throw us away. He just make us again another vessel, as it pleased the potter. And as it seemed good to the potter to make it. Then the word of the Lord came to me, saying, O house of Israel, can I not do with you as this potter, saith the Lord? As the clay is in the potter's hand, so ye are in my hand, O house of Israel. My mother, when I was growing up, she used a certain kind of pot for tea. That's what we drank, and I loved it. But if I came, now I've been married for 52 years, if my wife, I found one in the kitchen and saw the same type pot my mother made the tea in, and my wife had a plant in it, that's her vessel. She can do with it what she needs to do, or feels like doing. I thought about the woman that the people were going to come take her children. She owed a debt, and Elisha told her to borrow those vessels, and not a few. And that he would take a vessel and he'd pour in there. This one was empty. This one was full. Now this one's full, and this one's still full. So he decided to get another empty one. And I wanted to tell you that oil only flows into empty vessels. God only fills empty vessels. If you act like you're full and don't need anything from God, He's not going to give you anything. Today, some people's fuse is between anger that explodes into rage is short. We got road rage and got all other kind of rages. There's forces loose in our culture that have driven anger to new levels. People now live angry. They exploding with their horn, hand gesture, tongue, readily. Everyone knows that explosive substances are dangerous not only to the targets but to those who set them off as well as bystanders. Anger is an acid that harms the vessel in which it's stored more than the person whom it's poured. Angry people are more dangerous to themselves than others. If I had acid in my hand and I said that brother right there, he done me that way the last time, and I'm going to pour this acid on it. Before I can get there, it's eat my hand up. Bitterness will damage your vessel, and we can't have that in there. Second Corinthians 4:7 says we have this treasure in earthly vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of God and not of us. I thought about the ship in the storm with Paul. They were in a storm, so they threw everything off overboard that didn't belong on the ship. So that was their vessel. It was going to sink. Your vessel is going to sink if you don't get bitterness and grudges and all unforgiveness off overboard. I heard a story. It said a kindergarten teacher had decided to let her class play a game. The teacher told each child in the class to bring along a plastic bag containing a few potatoes. Each potato will be given the name of a person the child does not like. So the number of potatoes that a child will put in his or her plastic bag will depend on the number of people she doesn't like. So when the day came, every child brought some potatoes with the names of the people he didn't like or she. Some had 2 potatoes, some 3, some up to 5. Then the teacher told the children to carry the potatoes with the plastic bag with them wherever they went for 1 week. Days after days passed, and the children started complaining due to the unpleasant smell let off by the rotten potatoes. Besides having 5 potatoes, also you had to carry a heavier bag. So after 1 week, the children were relieved because the game had finally ended. The teacher asked, "How did you feel while carrying the potatoes with you for a week?" The children let out their frustrations and started complaining of the trouble they had to go through, having to carry that heavy and smelling potatoes wherever they go. Then the teacher told them the hidden meaning behind the game. The teacher said, "This is exactly the situation when you carry your hatred for somebody inside your heart. The stench of hatred will contaminate your heart, and you will carry it with you wherever you go. If you cannot tolerate the smell of rotten potatoes for just 1 week, can you imagine what it's like to have the stench of hatred in your life, in your heart, for a lifetime?" Talking about vessels, God don't try to put a lake in a bucket. The talent is a measure, a capacity like a vessel. You can't put 5 gallons in a 1 gallon container, and if you put 1 gallon in a 5 gallon potato container, you have just misutilized it. There's different levels. There's vessels of wood, hay, silver, and vessels of gold. We all start at the same place, a lump of clay on the potter's wheel. And I remember the story in Daniel where the king, they were drinking wine out of the sacred vessels, and the handwriting appeared on the wall. You've been weighed in the balances and found wanting. So this is a holy vessel. We will be in trouble like they were in this in Daniel's day if we use holy vessels for unholy things. So we need to. And I felt like I was clay on the wheel. It's kind of painful, and you have to be burned in the fire to get rid of the dross and impurities. Heard a story about a man. He was touring a foundry, and they were heating this metal and in this big thing, and the tour guide says, "Hey, I got to go right over here. Would you just stay right here? You can observe it, and I'll be back." And while he was gone, the thing got to popping and cracking, and the man was scared. He was afraid it was going to blow. So when the tour guide got back, the man was beside himself, and he said, "Hurry, hurry, hurry! This thing's about to blow." And the tour guide said, "No, it's fine." And he said, "Listen to that cracking, popping in there." He said, "That's the baser elements. They're complaining, so to speak." So that's the way us. Whenever you get tried in the fire, the people that don't have what they need, they start griping and complaining. And we're on the wheel. We're in the spin cycle, and we're going around and around on that wheel. And we're made in the spin. And so sometimes we get in a spinning environment. It seems like things are just going crazy around us. But he's got us on the wheel, and God's trying to make something out of us. I've enjoyed getting this to you today. I hope it helped the one that asked it, and I hope it's helped other people too. I love you. I care about you. I want to help. And if you need me, my number is 256-508-4410. If I don't answer, leave me a message. And if I see where you called, I might not can get back to you right away, but I'll try to get back to you just as soon as I can. May God bless you.